Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. We finally made it to the weekend. Hope everybody has some fun plans, or probably like most people around the country, if you're in the U.S., just trying to stay warm this weekend. We had a few warm days, and now we're back to cold, and that's good with me. Anyhow, today I wanted to talk about how raw vegan or a plant-based diet depends on one thing, or one thing more than anything else. So let's get that started. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, why don't you go down there and subscribe right now? Some people seem to struggle on this lifestyle more than others. And like I say, I'm just kind of speaking in generality today between a raw vegan diet or just any version of a plant-based diet. The one thing is mindset. It's just like, you set your mind to doing something, especially with food. I mean, there's some things out there we can't just set our minds to do and just do them, but with food we can. And, for whatever various reasons, this, that, and the other, probably things that I don't deal with, so I'm not judging them, but some people struggle more than others. And the only thing I would say to those people that struggle more than others is it just is what it is. And even though you struggle, have you done everything possible to make this lifestyle work for you if you want it to? Like I say, this is just things that you're wanting to make work for you that just don't seem, I'm speaking to the ones that it just doesn't quite click with. So if you struggle, have you done everything? I'll just keep saying the thing. I kind of keep repeating the same things over and over. It's a process. And you have to, if you struggle, you have to put a little bit more effort into it. I'm sorry, it just came real easy for me. I was living in Costa Rica. I'm by myself. I don't have other people to deal with. I don't have the social aspects to deal with. I don't have a significant other. I don't have anybody that I have to coordinate with on food. So, it is what it is. So I'm not going to judge. But have you, like one of the main things I always say, clean up your environment. Clean up your environment. If you're living by yourself, or if you control your environment 100%, get rid of all of it. Get rid of the bad stuff. Don't have anything in your house that's not on your plan of eating, and have plenty of things available that are, because we're creatures of convenience. Chances are, if you've got your house where you live stocked with only good stuff, and you get hungry, especially at night when those cravings happen, and you don't have bad things in your house, and you only have a lot of good things, choices to choose from, chances are you're going to do that. You can always get in your car and break down and go somewhere else, but that's a big thing. Don't have that stuff around. What is your motivation? Have you ever really thought about this? Why exactly are you doing this lifestyle? Like I talked about, was it last video or the one? No, it was a couple of videos ago about my 10-year. I know why I was doing this. I know why I came to this. I know why I'm doing this to this day. I was a heavy drinker. I was a drunk. I treated my body pretty bad for about 48 years, and I just started looking to something that was going to repair the cells of my body as best they can be repaired, and try to just undo some of the damage and try to just make my body the healthiest organism that it could be for the second half of my life. So, every time when people say, oh, you don't get a craving, or, oh, cheese, screw cheese. I'm like, I want to live a little bit longer, and I want to live healthier and feel good while I'm here. I know what those things do, and I know what's not going to help my body heal itself, and just give myself the best chance at being active and being able to do things into old age. So know what your motivation is, and like I say, every means available to you. You got to do what you got to do. Clean your environment out. Do you food journal? I don't food journal. I've recommended that for years. If you have a problem, if you struggle, it helps a lot of people if they just write down everything they're eating, and then you can analyze those things, and then you can see what you're doing wrong, or you can see what's not working for you just because it's there written down in black and white. I've said also too, being proactive. Do you have a plan? If you struggle, now I don't have a plan either. I'm giving suggestions of things I don't do, but I don't do them because I don't have to do them. For some people, a plan might work. I'm just willy-nilly. I get up in the morning, okay, maybe for breakfast I'm going to have a banana and blueberry smoothie. Maybe I'm going to have some ice cream. Maybe I'm just going to have some bananas and mangoes, whatever. And all throughout the day, and then I'll eat a salad, and or then I'll have, if I didn't have an ice cream in the morning, I'll have an ice cream later, or I'll have a green smoothie later, whatever. But I just kind of do mine because I know what I've done this, and I like all those things that I've just mentioned right there, so I can just like kind of wander through my day. Some people can't. Plan it out. Plan it out. Maybe you need to make a meal plan the night before when you're going to bed this evening. If you're struggling, make a meal plan for the next day. Or if you need to prepare, go to the grocery store tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, make a meal plan for the next day. If you have to even be more proactive than that and go another step, make yourself a meal plan and prepare some of the food that you're going to be eating. So as soon as you get hungry, like when you wake up in the morning, you know what you're going to have for breakfast. You don't think about it. You don't wait. You don't blah, blah, blah. You just go and make your breakfast. And the same thing throughout the day. You don't think about it. You're not like waiting till you're hungry. You're just like, okay, this is what I eat, blah, 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 blah. And you do that, and you prepare the food. Maybe you need to have fruit cut up in the, it's not just enough to have fruit around. Maybe you need some cut up in the refrigerator, ready to go. Maybe you need some salad items in the refrigerator, ready to go. Do whatever you need to do, because it's just ridiculous. Like, I'll tell you what's not going to happen. The people that's not going to happen are people that are just stumbling around every day asking another question to somebody like, oh, well, this isn't working for me. What do I do? Well, you're not going to just magically one day, if you're struggling, all of a sudden wake up one morning and not have a craving for this, or not want to eat this, or not think about this. You're going to have to work on those, and you're going to have to get rid of those cravings. And the only way to get rid of a damn craving is to not put that thing into your body. About as basic as it gets. You've got a craving. You need something. You've got an addiction to something. You go, even if you have to white knuckle it and it's tough, you go 2 days. You go one day, it gets a little easier. The next day, it gets a little easier. After a week, it gets a little easier after 10 days. What happens with people most of the time is they reintroduce the drug. It's like, being hooked on any kind of drug, or smoking. Smoking is a great example of that. I've did it so many times before I finally quit smoking. You haven't smoked in a week, you haven't smoked in 2 weeks. Sometimes you even run a long time. Maybe it was a couple of months you haven't smoked. I'm out one night, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette tonight, while I'm at this party or whatever. And I've been 2 or 3 months now. It's not gonna bother me. It reintroduces that thing back into your system, and it just ignites it all over it. It's not exactly like you never stopped, but it kind of is. And it's really like that with the food. The longer you give in and eat a bite of cheese or a bite of whatever it is, or this or that, the more you're going to crave it. And it's just like this endless cycle. So you just have to break through that. So you just need to also I'm sorry, I'm reading some of my notes so I don't forget everything. I was kind of jotting these down while I was doing something else a little while ago. You also need a mindset to have your mind open. As you're learning this, don't get sucked into any guru stuff. Don't get sucked into any dogma. Explore with an open mind. Give yourself a little bit more credit than a lot of people do. Common sense. If you've got a lick of common sense, you can figure out if a lot of this stuff, if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense. That's the one thing that I've noticed since I've been doing this, though. Just some stuff just doesn't resonate. It doesn't mean like I always make the right decisions, always make the perfect decisions, but some things just don't resonate. So as you're researching, as you're Googling, Google is going to be your best friend. I go Google my way through life. I ask Google full-on questions. Why this? Can I substitute this for this on a plant-based diet? Can I do this on raw vegan? Just get in there and ask. Don't think of just keywords, like searching keywords. Ask Google questions. Ask Siri questions. Ask Alexa questions. They'll throw stuff up to you, but it's all about the mindset. You either do or do not, as Yoda says. There is no try. So like I say, just if you struggle, don't give up. Even think of today, maybe you're just going to start over. You're starting over from scratch. Oh, also too, when it goes back to motivation, I don't think if you're in this just to lose weight, if that's your only motivation, just to lose weight, those people, the odds aren't great on that. I don't find the odds great. If you just take a step back, look at this like a marathon versus a sprint. Like, you don't have to get there in 3 weeks, a month, 6 months. Hopefully you're going to live a long life, and kind of learn it as you go. Sorry, I had somebody come to the door. And if you'll just learn it as you go, but you've got to make it more than about that weight thing. If you will just take a step back, even if you need to lose weight, take a step back. Don't worry about how much weight you're losing. Focus like I did for another reason. It wasn't because of the weight, but focus like I did just on getting your body healthy. Getting your body healthy. Maybe you don't even lose any weight if you need to for a month. You're just learning how to get your body healthy. You're learning how to make this machine more efficient. And if you will, I promise you, and I'll finish with this, if you will just focus on getting yourself as healthy as possible, getting your immune system as strong as possible, all the other stuff will kind of work itself out. You'll figure out exact things along the way. You'll make some mistakes, but if you're moving towards getting that body healthier, it'll drop the weight, the skin will clear up, the digestion will get better, but all starts up here. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again at the beginning of the week. Peace.